So my artist was Leonora Carrington, and this is by Olivia Mahowski. A little back information about Leonora Carrington is she was born April 6, 1917 to May 25, 2011. She was a British-born Mexican artist, surrealist, painter, and novelist. Most of her adult life she lived in Mexico City. She was also one of the last surviving participants in the Surrealist movement of 1930. In Carrington's early life, she was born in Clayton Green, Clory, Lancaster, in England. Her father was a wealthy textile manufacturer, which her father opposed her career as an artist. And then on the other hand, her mother encouraged it. And her mother's name was Maureen, and she was Irish. And she also had three brothers, Patrick, Gerald, and Arthur. So then education. So she was educated by tutors and nuns, which then she was expelled from two schools for all of her rebellious behavior until her family sent her to Florence because of her bad behavior. In 1927, at the age of 10, she saw her first surrealist painting in a left bank gallery in Paris. And then 1935 attended Chelsea School of Art in London for a year. So the start of her career, she started to become familiar with surrealism from a book that her mother gave her. And then a surrealist poet, Edward James, bought many of her paintings and arranged a show in 1947 for her work at the gallery in New York. So some themes of her work. So something that she stated was, "I painted for myself. I never believed anyone would exhibit or buy my work." Since she also focused on magical realism and alchemy and used autobiographical detail and symbolism as the subjects of her paintings. She was also interested in presenting female sexuality as she experienced it. And then her work of the 1940s is focused on the underlying theme of a woman's role in the creative process. So one of her main techniques was when painting, she used small brushstroke techniques, building up layers in a meticulous manner, creating rich imagery. So here's some of her major works. So one of them was the Self-Portrait of 1938. So this was her own interpretation of female sexuality. Then another one was a portrait of Max Ernst. So this was a tribute to her and Max Ernst's relationship. And then The Meal of the Lord Candlestick of 1938. This completed shortly after 1938 her escape from England and the beginning of her affair with Max Ernst. So this is also catches her more rebellious spirits and the rejection of her Catholic upbringing.